It was just something that I naturally did because I liked the music that I was listening to when I was young. That music was rhythm and blues from the 50s, and kind of what was just before doo-wop. It would have probably later on be called doo-wop. The thing that was great about it was that most of the songs from that era were all written to the same chord structures. So I'll give you an example. Will you be mine, my darling dear? Love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. That's Earth Angel. Probably the most famous of the songs from the groups of the 50s. And so my dad was a professional musician. He was a bass player. So I asked him, would he teach me the chords to these songs? He said, yeah, they're all the same chords, And so the first song I wrote was, the girl for me is standing there. That's the one, flowers in her hair. I'll always love her, and I know she'll be true. You get the point. Well, the songwriter that I am now is very, very different from the songwriter that I was even in the 70s, and that writing was different from what I wrote in the 60s for Simon and Garfunkel, and before that, when I was doing imitation of teenage stuff, that was another way. Then I just wrote the songs. There was no need to separate the music from the words. They all came at the same time. Also, when you're young and you're writing, there's really no problem with the words because you don't know anything. So whatever you say is fine because you don't know anything. Later on you say, oh, I can't say that. That isn't exactly true. So things become more sophisticated as our brains become more sophisticated and attuned to irony and to the yin and yang of everything. And if your professional life is as a songwriter, you begin to incorporate these concepts into your thinking. And when I started to do that, I found that simply playing the guitar and improvising over it, look, this is the way most songs begin when people begin playing, okay? They go, well, I'm just here and I don't know what to say now. So I'll talk about the girl who I love, who doesn't exist. Well, that's why I wrote a lot of hits in the beginning. And now I can't write one for anything. The big change came with Graceland, and I don't know what its song is about, and I'm singing, going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee, I'm going to Graceland. And I'm thinking, well, of course, I'm not going to sing that because it's not about Graceland or Elvis Presley or anything. So I'm going to change that and get rid of that. And I can do that because I just have a track, so I can change the words anytime I want. But I can't. I keep singing that and keep singing that. So finally, I say, I'm going to Graceland. I'm going to go there and see what this is all about, because I'd never been there even. And as I'm driving up north on Highway 61, the opening lines are literally in front of me. I'm driving through the Mississippi Delta, and it just comes, it's just a description. The Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. There are aspects of the creative process that you really don't understand And that's, part of the great joy of it is because it's a mystery. You don't know why that jumped into your head, but it's not important. The thing about it is you say, yeah, I could use that. That's a good thing. And it justifies that I'm going to Graceland. I'm going to Graceland. What? That's where I'm going. Now the question is, so what's the song about? Okay, you got a good reason to go to Graceland. And the reason is the track sounds like it was cut at Sun Studios in Memphis. To me, it sounds like it's a rockabilly track. Then the rest of it was, it's just a description of being there. Poor boys and pilgrims with families, and we were all going to it. Just everybody got on the bus and, went in. I didn't tell anybody that I was coming. I just bought a ticket and got online and went with everybody else and walked through Graceland.